Hello and welcome to week 2 of September 2023 coffee and card. Got my coffee here. There we go. Nice iced coffee because it is really hot while I'm filming this. So this is today's card and we're continuing along with the So Very Merry bundle and with its punch. It's not really a bundle, but they go together. They're designed to go together. And we're on week 2 and I'm just going to show you a little tip on getting that into the circle. So let's get started. As the I was going to say it's YouTubers Day, but officially I'm a YouTuber, aren't I? So okay, so we've got the Very Merry, and so I've just popped it onto my grid paper and then just picked it up with my block so that it maintains its curve. And we're just going to pop this one on a block as well. Okay. And I'm using C blocks for both of these two. And pop that to one side. So let's get everything out. So, in your kit, you've various things, but what I want to concentrate to start with is this white square that you've got, a basic white square. So, and what I did, the first thing I did I used real red. The base colours are very neutral, so you know, whatever red you've got, go for it. Okay, and what I'm going to do for a start is just stamp the Merry. The Very Merry even, and this is to make sure your cottage and your sentiment fit onto your circle. So I'm just going to stamp the Very Merry towards the top, not right at the edge because you don't want to be chopping it off, but you want it fairly near the edge. And then I'm going to get my let's put this away, we don't need it for anything else, so that can actually go away. I'll just get my punch and I'm going to punch that out. So I'm going to position it so the Very Merry is at the top. Now normally I am a stamp and then punch girl, but not on this. I'm sort of stamp and then punch and then stamp on this one. So crop out your Very Merry and then you can see how much space you've got left to add your cottage. So that's our tip of today. So I'm then going to get my cottage and I'm going to ink it up in Memento Black. Remember, it's not as juicy as the Stampin' Up ink pad, so you do need to tap it a few times. And then I'm going to possibly get my head in the way, but I'm going to just position that so it's underneath the Very Merry, but still in the circle. There we go. Okay. So now I did try to put both stamps on one block and see if that would work, but it's too big. The gap between the cottage and the Very Merry is too big and you lose part of the cottage when you punch it out, so don't do that. You do need to stamp them separately. There we go. So I've given that plenty of time for the ink to transfer. Let's clean up these two blocks. And then I'll show you the other things that we've got in this kit for today. So I've got this glimmer paper. It's like little circles of glitter. This is actually from my stash, but they've brought it back out. It's in the catalogue in with the speciality papers, so you can buy that again. Now, this is a new die, and the circle, once I've coloured it's going to go on it, and this comes from the deckled circle dies. So they're like the deckled rectangles, but they're circles, obviously. You will not believe how many circles are in this set. It's amazing, and they're huge. So just for a quick look, so this is in the new catalogue, as you say, it's already been out and about. So there are 14 circle dies here, and if I get my ruler, the biggest one is just under 14.5 centimetres, and people are actually using that to make cards, so cutting it out scoring down the middle and folding it in half to make a rocker card. And the smaller one is 2.5 centimetres. So we're going from almost the size of a normal card height right down to 1 inch if we do it in. So that is, yeah, just short. So 5 3/4 inches down to 1 inch. So well worth a look in the Christmas catalogue. If you don't have the Christmas catalogue, give me a shout and I will send you one, providing you're in the UK. I don't post out of the UK. We're restricted where we can sell. We can sell some places in Europe, but there's some really good demonstrators in those countries. Right, okay, so colouring. So when I coloured mine, I had planned on doing every alternate one of the little coping stones and then forgot. So I'm going to do that this time to make it look a little bit more like a candy house. So miss one, Linda, miss one. There we go, done it. Okay, and then I'm just going to colour these in. You can always fast forward if you're just watching. There we go. So I'm not fussing with any shading or anything on this one. Whoops, nearly did everyone then. Just colouring the alternate ones. Something's buzzing outside. I hope you can't pick it up. Might just pop the window too. There we go. All right. Oh, I've not done my candy cane at the back. There we go. And then I'm using bronze just to colour in the roof. Excuse me. There's so much building work going on around here at the moment. It seems everyone's having their cellars converted on our road at the moment. So that's the bronze, that was real red. We're now going to use, this is the ivory that I'm going to use for the walls. I've forgotten to, it's too warm. It's almost like being back in Florida, except in the UK we don't have the advantage of air conditioning. We're not built for these temperatures in the UK. Right. So. There we go. And then I've got some old olive for my bushes. The front here. I think I'm using the dark. I will check. Yep, dark old olive, and then I'll come back to the real red, which again I think I'm using the dark. So you can use the Stampin' Right markers if you've got those. You could even use watercolour pencils, any colouring medium you've got. And then I just need a balmy blue for the window, which I didn't have out. Here it is. So I'm just going to colour in the window. As I say, these are merely suggestions. You can do what you want. Right, so I'm just going to pop that card together. 2 envelopes, worryingly. If anybody's got a kit without an envelope, give me a shout. It looks like I've got it here. Right. All sorts missing out of this kit. Where's my pack? So rushing to show you how to stamp the Merry and the cottage. Right. So this paper's an online exclusive. I think it's Riding. Oh, crumbs. Oh, I think the heat has removed my ability to remember anything. One Horse Open Sleigh is the paper I'm using. And it's an online exclusive. So we're just going to put the wide one on first. With an even border round. And then the narrower strip from the same range of paper. And this is a way I like to use 6x6 paper because you can get lots of cards if you do it this way. So, put trees on the right way up. Just going to make that a bit wider because I do have, it's going to leave a bit of a gap there because that's going to be covered. Okay, you see that, so I've left a gap because that's going to be covered by this so that the borders are even. And this one, this piece is actually 3 inches wide. So you can get 2 card fronts of this from one piece of 6x6, and then you just need to cut a narrow piece from one of the other pieces. And then you get more bang for your buck, if you like. You get more cards out of your designer series paper. Now this one I've actually glued right from the top of the card to the bottom, so it's longer than it needs to be, so that you can trim it. You can see here it's going right from the top to the bottom, longer than the designer series paper. Just going to line that up. The glue off my fingers would all do all the way up. Okay, and see that's now covered that gap. So you're getting maximum use of your 6x6 paper. Just snip that off. And there we go. I'll just glue the inside. There we go. Just flatten that down. And then I'm going to assemble the sentiment piece. So on my card I've glued my stamped circle. Come on. I've glued my stamped circle to my deckled circle and then added it to the card using dimensionals. Go. And just get some dimensionals out. I tried to avoid the glimmer paper. So I've done a couple on this side, or one on this side there, and then done the others. So we've got, so they're the other side of the glimmer paper, because it's quite a bit thicker, so you don't want your circles have like a bump in the middle. Take the back off. Okay, and there we go. So that is card number 2. All finished nice and simple, but I think that looks really effective. I hope you've enjoyed that, and I'll see you again next week. Bye.